Hey guys, AuspiciousAussie here, and welcome to episode 26 of the Road to Glory with KYLER Adams. Now let's get straight into the episode. I'm gonna have a look at a few things here. Matthew Keith is still under contract with Burning Hammer. He's actually the Burning World Champion for good reason. He's definitely better than his brother, that's for sure. As you can see, he is Greg Gage. Greg Gage's brother, twin brother. Are they twins? Yeah, they're identical twins. Yeah, I thought so. But yeah, Greg Gage. Obviously, we'll have a look at his profile real quick. Definitely someone that I would like to bring in. But as you can see, he's on a written deal with TCW. If you watch my TCW series that we have on the channel as well, you'll know that I signed him, and he had a pretty good. Well, he was included in a pretty cool stable alongside Jay Cord and Aaron Andrews. So yeah, pretty cool to see him actually in TCW there as well. We're pretty much just over a year and a half into the actual save itself, in-game time. Anyway, let's show you where we left off. We left off on 44 popularity, and of course, the last episode was our first foray into the Southwest region. So what we're going to do today is we're going to continue to be running shows in the Southwest. What I want to do for this episode, or at least for the rest of this month, is to run every show for the rest of August, except for our August event, which is Base Camp in the Southwest region. Base Camp will be held in the Mid-South, and hopefully that will be our sort of moneymaker, or big moneymaker for the rest of the month. We did obviously hold most of the shows, or at least half the shows of this month in the Mid-South already, so the profit will be skewed. We probably won't get a true reflection until next month, when we actually run the 8 shows in the Southwest. One more thing we need to note is KYLER is very, very close to coming back. As you can see, he's only 9 days away. So he might actually... I'm not sure if he'll be... What are we on? Thursday? 9 days. I think he's just going to miss base camp. Because it's... I think it's only 8 days away. Yeah, I think he's going to miss it, unfortunately. But anyway, we need to try and work out the Primus Allen Cali Slick sort of hatred that we have going on at the moment. Still can't get it back to strong dislike, which is a little bit frustrating. Anyway, we're in the Southwest region. We need to use our stronger, or more popular, I should say, wrestlers in this region, at least for our main event. Now, what we can do, we can use Mobster. He's pretty over, and let's go Angel of Mercy. I think Angel of Mercy has, yeah, he has relatively good popularity. So let's do that. 20-minute match. We're going to give Mobster the victory. And we're going to have it called and slow built as well. One other question. Can Primus color commentate? He can't. Okay. What about... I don't think Cali Slick can either, can he? No, they're about the same. Alright, what we'll do, we'll have no one on it. I think that's probably for the best. Angel of Mercy unhappy. I don't really care, to be honest. He can be unhappy. Then let's have a tag team match. Let's go with Primus Allen and Buster Cap. So basically, the Long Beach Mafia, the new Long Beach Mafia, and they can take on the Ards. We'll give it 10, and we'll give Primus the victory. That's fine. Let's go with... Yeah, let's go with a singles match, and we can have... Man, Takano's really, really good. I should try and use him a bit more. Takano's actually over in the southwest as well, so we use Takano, and he can take on maybe Felipe. Felipe is really good as well. Just the amount of development these guys have actually had. It's pretty crazy. Yeah, let's go Felipe. Why not? Another 10-minute match. Give Takano the victory. And we can call it as well, which is nice to see. We'll book one more match. I'm not sure who else is actually over in this region. I guess we can maybe use Samael. Almost at a B for his psychology, which is pretty crazy, considering where he was. And Samael can take on Robin Delay in a... Not a squash match, but a relatively short match. And a pretty simple victory there for Samael. Alright, let's do angles. Let's go with Mobstar for the main event. Let's go Menace. Let's go with Primus Allen and Buster Cap. So Menace and Entertainment. And then finally, let's go with a Avalanche Takano. I was going to do a Samael Menace angle, but I want to try Avalanche on Entertainment because he does have really good entertainment skills. I think they're quite impressive. Alright, that looks pretty good. Let's double check Southwest. Yep, let's run the show. Alright, so we start off with a 38D-. Also, got to remember that the ratings for angles and matches are going to be a lot lower than they usually are in the Mid-South region. Of course, our popularity for each individual wrestler is a lot lower, so hence the lower ratings. Anyway, we've got Samael defeating Robin Delay in 8:22 by pinfall with a Poison of God. No improvements. Going into a 56 C- angle from Avalanche Takano. His match gets a 53 C-, pretty good. We got Avalanche Takano defeating Felipe Caballero in 10:06 by pinfall with a Mountain Takano. We also have Felipe improving in technical skills. We then go to a 64C. We've got the new Long Beach Mafia angle, Primus Allen and Buster Cap. Their tag match gets a 55 C-. We've got Primus Allen and Buster Cap defeating the Yards in 9:37 when Primus Allen defeated Harbin Gerard by pinfall with a running power slam. And then, as you'd expect, Primus head and shoulders above everybody else. And we got Harbin being the weak link. But a good match nonetheless. Nice C-. We then go to a 67 C+ for Mobstar's Menace angle. And the main event does solid enough, getting a 60 C. We got Mobstar defeating Angel of Mercy in 20 minutes, 29 seconds by pinfall with a flattener DDT. Yeah, nice solid 62 in-ring performance there from Mobstar. Let's end the show. We get a 47D, which is a lot higher than our F+ currently, so I'm assuming we'll probably at least get a 0.4 increase like we did last episode. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Let's actually jump into the editor and we'll just check that real quick. But I'm assuming our popularity has gone up to 18 in the Mid-South. Yeah, there we go. We are up to 18 E- now, which is pretty cool to see. And just to reiterate, we are going for cult. We're going to try and get there as fast as possible. We're pretty much there in the Mid-South. We're only 3 importance away, which is relatively 3 or 4 popularity, which would only be a 48D+. And then over in the southwest, we're still quite a way away. But, you know, we did already have the spillover, so it's going to be quicker than you would think, considering the level of talent we have now and the amount of shows and the quality of the shows. You know, the wrestling industry also going to start to bounce back eventually. It's still falling at a 32E+, and then we have the economy there at an F as well. But that's only 8 points away from actually turning around and starting to rise. So things are looking pretty good. I would say they're... Ooh, what's going on here? Okay. I'm going to give Hush a $1,000 bonus because he had big morale issues. Lucky I noticed that. Let's just give out a couple of these $1,000 bonuses. We'll just make a few people happy. Like Sunny Wildside, we'll try and make him happy, but I mean, it didn't work with the 1,000. That's fine. Anyway, wasted a little bit of money there. It's fine. It was only, what, 3,000 or 4,000? And we did actually deal with Angel of Mercy's morale issues coming out of that show, so it's not too bad. I'm thinking for base camp anyway, that we actually do maybe Mobstar taking on Ernest Youngman. I feel like that would be a really good match, in my opinion. And then that can also, of course, lead up to, you know, Cali Slick getting his rematch. I wanted to do Cali Slick getting his rematch, but I think having Cali Slick take on Primus Allen at base camp as well would be a little more beneficial for the whole storyline purposes. So I'm not sure if we had anything pre-booked in there. We did. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to remove this booking here. Oh, actually, never mind. No, okay, never mind. Scrap everything I just said, scrap that. Because we do have the ladder match. I forgot about that. For the tag team titles. And of course, Mobstar needs to be involved in that. Again, we'll try and do some positive meddling, and it's really just not working. Got to keep remembering to jump over to the southwest. Alright, so for this main event, let's go Avalanche Decano taking on Primus Allen. I feel like that's a really good main event as well. No, it can be decisive. I mean, it's Primus Allen after all. Can we get Buster Cap on commentary? I think we can. Let's chuck Buster Cap on commentary. Let's have a singles match with Buster Cap, and he can take on Hush. Yep. I think that's a good match. 10 minutes. Buster Cap getting a tainted victory. Of course, he's pretty inclined to cheat. Then we want to have a tag match. Let's go with the Ring Generals. And they can take on a bit of an impromptu team of Bob Casey and Canadian Crusher. More just a bit of a throwaway match. We'll give Dean Waldorf the victory there. We need one more match. Let's go with El Mitico. Actually, let's go Ernest. And he can take on Kyuchi Matsumoto. Please don't injure him. If Matsumoto injures him, I'm going to release him. I will release him on the spot. So I think it's in his best interest not to do anything like that. All right, so let's do angles. We'll go with Primus on Menace. Chuck that up there. That's pre-main event. And I guess we'll go Buster Cap. On entertainment. And then finally we'll go Ernest as well to open the show. All right, that looks pretty good, I think. I'm happy with that. Let's run it. All right, so we started with a 55C- for Ernest Youngman's promo. Opening the show. You know, basically calling out Primus Allen for screwing Hallie Slick over and tarnishing his maiden North American Championship victory. We then go to a 51D+ for the match. We have Ernest Youngman defeating Kyuchi Matsumoto in 10:25 by pinfall with the hit. Pretty good match considering it's Matsumoto. We then move into a 42D. We got the Ring Generals defeating Bob Casey and Canadian Crusher in 8:08 when Dean Waldorf defeated Canadian Crusher by pinfall with a wheelbarrow bomb. And apparently Bob Casey and Canadian Crusher have zero chemistry as partners, so it's pretty funny. And they both got an 18 and 16 respectively. 18 for Crusher, 16 for Casey. We then go to a 55C-. We got a angle from Buster Cap. Pretty good considering. We then go into a 47D for his match. And he defeats Hush in 9:49 by pinfall with a handful of tights. And they have pretty good chemistry together, so that's a nice little positive. We also have Hush improving in Rumble skills. We then go to a 76B- for Primus Allen's angle. Menace angle, of course, really, really close to a B. And the main event gets a 63C. We've got Primus Allen defeating Avalanche Takano in 1941 by pinfall with a running power slam. And no worker improvements. To end the show, we get a 49D+, so a really good, solid rating there. And now we will actually check the editor. I know I said I was going to do it after the last show. But let's just check it now. I am really curious to see. As you can see, we are losing money, so that's going to be the problem. But again, it's possibly my fault as well. I mean, I just gave away $4,000 on bonuses. And I apologize for that stupid noise going through your ear. So yeah, let's save the game. And we'll jump into the editor. Let's have a look down at Summit Wrestling. And popularity. Okay, wow. Yeah, so it was 17.8 starting this episode. So it's definitely going up 0.4 per show at the moment, which is really good. Especially with such a bad wrestling industry at the moment. But the one big problem we're having is more people are getting morale issues at the moment, which is very frustrating. I really can't extend the shows like these 1-hour shows. Purely for the fact that they cost more money putting more people on the shows. Alright, so finally some positive backstage news. And now Devious Dr. Fang is a negative influence because he's got morale issues as well. Let's throw $1,000 at him and then see what happens. Okay, so it's got rid of his morale issues, which is good. I don't really want to make that a normal thing that we do, but as you can see, that's gotten rid of him as a negative influence. It would be the same thing if I got rid of Sunny Wildside's morale issues. And again, let's go with a positive metal. Still doesn't work. Okay. And let's jump over to the southwest. Generic venue. And let's book the show. Now, what do I want to do? That's the real question. Let's do a 6-man tag. I know I'm talking about using less people, but let's go with a 6-man. And then I want to have Primus Allen and the Long Beach Mafia 3. They can take on Ernest Youngman and the Ring Generals. Now, that should be a really good match. I think I'm going to leave it blank as well. I think I might have actually done this match. Didn't I do this match last episode? I thought I did it. I thought I did it last episode. Maybe it was someone else with Ernest, a different tag team. Let's do a tag team match. Let's have the Suffering, and they can take on Samael and Devious Dr. Fang. We'll leave this one blank as well. And then we'll do 2 singles matches. Let's go one with El Mitico. He can take on Silvestre Bernier. We have done this match one time. So let's go like that. Ernest, El Mitico, sorry. Always call El Mitico Ernest for some reason. I think it's just the E and the fact that like I said, I'm always thinking about Ernest Youngman. Other singles match, let's go with Kelly Slick, and he can take on Bret Heartbreak. Let's call it. And that one can open the show. And let's go with our angles. So the new Long Beach Mafia. They can have their angle before. And then what I want to do, let's have Ernest. And you're not going to believe this, Kelly Slick teaming up together to take on Primus Allen Mobstar. So basically, Ernest is getting beaten down after the match, regardless of the result, whoever wins. Then we're going to have Kelly Slick run in, make the save. The Ring Generals are already, like, they've absolutely been annihilated during the match. And they're in no way, shape or form ready to try and help Ernest. So yeah. His opponent at the big event base camp, it comes down and makes a save against all 3 members of the new Long Beach Mafia. So that's going to be after the match, of course. Then we need one more. So let me work the crowd with this one. And then let's do a Samael angle as well. I think just Samael by himself. All right, and that can go there. That's perfect. Let's run the show. Should be a really good show. The main event, hopefully, you might get a C+. Anyway, we start off with a 50D+. We got Cali Slick defeating Bret Heartbreak in 808 by pinfall with a slick back. We also have Cali Slick improving in flying skills. Pretty strange. We also have Bret Heartbreak off his game as well. Very inconsistent. Very inconsistent is Bret Heartbreak. But that'll be improved upon. We then go to a 60C rated menace angle from Samael the Accuser. The tag team match gets a 57C-. We got Samael the Accuser and Devious Dr. Fang defeating the Suffering in 950 when DDF defeated Seth Whitehead by submission with a deadly Kung Fu grip. And of course, these two are both members of our new stable that I still haven't named. They both have great chemistry, so that's perfect. We also had both of them off their game, which is very strange. Both members of the same tag team. Anyway, no worker improvements there, so we'll advance. Going into a 51D+. Almidico also, they're both off their game. That's so strange. Must have something to do with popularity, I guess. Anyway, Almidico Jr. defeating Silvestre Bernier in 954 by pinfall with a Northern Light suplex. No improvements. We then go to a 67C+ for the new Long Beach Mafia angle. The main event, also getting a C+, this time a 66C+ for the 6-man tag. Lots of 6s there. And we have Primus Allen and the Long Beach Mafia 3 defeating Ernest Youngman and the Ring Generals in 1944 when Primus Allen defeated Ernest Youngman by pinfall with a running power slam. I mean, that just adds even more fuel to their rivalry at the moment. We have Primus Allen getting a pinfall victory in a 6-man tag over the current North American champion. And of course, we have our angle after the show as well. Getting a 61C, so not too bad either. And of course, we have Cali Slick running in, making the save on Ernest Youngman from the new Long Beach Mafia and their violent attack. We also have Buster Cap improving in acting, so good to see Buster Cap getting a bit of improvement coming out of this angle as well. Let's end the show. We get a 50D+ this time, a little bit better than the last show. And of course, that was in the Southwest region. I'm wondering if we might hit 19 popularity now. Oh, apparently Primus Allen thinks Silvestre Bernier is going to be a star. And he thinks we should push him as well. He's up to 95 A-star basics, which is very impressive. Just a shame about the psychology. Alrighty, so we got Base Camp up next. Alright, so let's just check the popularity before we get into Base Camp. And as you can see, our importance has actually dropped in the Mid-South. So that's a little bit frustrating. Now I need to keep a close eye on the popularity that we have in that region, in the Mid-South. And I say that because we don't want to be losing popularity. I'm hoping that one show per month is going to be enough to actually keep us where we need to be. Alright, so we're at 44.6. Now I need to try and remember that number. I might even type it into my phone real quick here. Let me open up a fresh new note. I'll go 44.6 in the Mid-South. All right, there we go. All right, so I got that noted down. We are also up to a 19, like I said, in the Southwest. So that's pretty cool to see. A little bit worried about the regional battle and the fact that we might actually lose some of the popularity that we've actually gained in that region this episode. So I'm a little bit worried. One thing we can do to check, let's check CZCW. So for August, they got a 60C. Okay, well, we're not beating that. Their shows aren't even that much better than ours. They're really not. That's super frustrating. I'm starting to question myself. Anyway, I think what we're doing is right. I think working in 2 regions right now, trying to get to cult, is the right move. I think it's the right move. Anyway, let's get into base camp. We'll book base camp out, and then hopefully at the start of September, KYLER will be back. So after this show, which I'm really looking forward to. It's been 2 months. There we go. KYLER Adams returns. Thank you. Let's have a look at his stats because they have been going down slightly. He lost 2 points in stamina. He was at a B+, 83. Everything else looks relatively the same, apart from charisma as well, which dropped 2 points from an 88 B+ as well. Yeah, pretty frustrating. The resilience is still at 100 A star. If we go to progress here, you can basically see what I mean. So stamina, 83 B+, down to an 82, and now an 81 for this month as well. And then the charisma, 88, dropped 2 points in just 1 month, basically. Not to mention the acting's gone down by 1 point, whereas I think the microphone stayed the same. And yeah, the star quality has actually gone up 1 point. Hold on. He's gone from 77 up to 78 star quality. I wonder how that is. Maybe he has his own YouTube channel where he's posting content, making him into a bit more of a star. I don't know. Bit strange. Anyway. I'm glad to see him back. Let's book the event. I kind of want to have him go against someone with really good stamina, so maybe El Mitico would be a good opponent for him. Let's have a look. All right, so we are going to be in the Mid-South region for our big events, like I said. We've also got Devious Dr. Fang improving behavior here, which is good to see. But yeah, unfortunately, due to Callie Slick and KYLER, their tension is also dropping our backstage rating even further down. But again, we'll try and meddle with Primus and Callie Slick. Still no effect. We'll go a generic venue. And so let's book... Well, we've already got our pre-bookings, so we'll add these 2 in first. We've got the steel cage match for the North American title. And you should know who's going to win this match. It would be pretty obvious, so if you're not watching the screen currently, I'm not going to spoil anything for you, but I think you guys know, even without looking. We then need to do the ladder match as well. A couple of decent stipulated matches, which I like. We've got the tag team titles on the line. I'm going to leave this one blank, because I really don't mind who wins. I think it's fine if the ring generals do actually win. I'm not too fussed about the tag team titles. They can go around. I pretty much like all of our teams. We've got Double Trouble, which we haven't seen because of Austin Smooth. Still with Pride Glory as an enhancement talent, which is frustrating because I would actually like to be using him in our tag team division. Hence why Sunny Wildside hasn't really been seen. You know, we've got Silent Accusers, we've got the Yards, Sons of Tomorrow, the Suffering as well, of course. First ever tag team champs, Venomous Death. I like our tag team division. I think we're not stacked, but we have a decent division and we have enough tag teams. Anyway, let's chuck that one back up there. We want to have a match for... Let's do KYLER's match first. Of course, only just come back from injury. And, well, there's no rest for the wicked here. Going to be taking on one of the best wrestlers in the world. No, he's not, because he's not available. Okay. Is he really not available? Who was he working for? EMLL. Really? Are they rated higher than us right now? Can I even check? I don't even think I can check. I find that very strange. We're 17th in the world. That's pretty high. EMLL. I guess they're above us. Anyway, we won't be doing El Medico, so maybe he will have a bit of an easy return. Basically, what I want to do is I want him to verse someone with a lot better stamina than himself. There we go. Logan Wolfsbane. Perfect. So KYLER Adams taking on Logan Wolfsbane. And we're gonna give it we'll give it 20. We have to give it 20. Actually, let's go 14. I like 14. And we're gonna leave it blank as well. We're not gonna call it either. Alrighty, so there's that one. Let's go. We need a Primus Allen match. Angel of Mercy. I think that's a good match. Oh, they have negative chemistry. Okay. Felipe Caballero. I like that match. We'll give it 12. We could probably give it 20. Do I want to give it 20? No, we'll give it 12. We'll give it 12. Alright, there we go. There's his match. I want to give Sunny Wildside a match as well. Maybe Sunny versus Angel of Mercy. For 10 minutes. Blank winner. I like that. Let's go with that. We'll chuck that one there before the main event. Let's book our angles just because I want to be sure we get them in properly. So we'll go Ernest. Let's go with Primus and KYLER after that as well. And then KYLER. Not used to doing promos for him, seeing as we haven't used him for about 3 episodes nearly. Actually, I think I might... What I'm going to do, I'm going to make this all out. All out match. It's only going to be 14 minutes, so I think all out, and hopefully that'll increase the stamina for KYLER. I would love to do one more angle, but I don't think we can fit it. Yeah. Actually, we can. We can make that 10 minutes. And then we make that 8 minutes. I don't like doing that, but that's the way it's going to be right now. And I want to give Sunny Wildside and Jenny Playmate. They can have an angle together as well. I want to try and get rid of Sunny's negative morale and his negative influence backstage. Alright, so there we go. Do we want to do... Let's do a pre-show match as well. Let's have the odds take on the Sons of Tomorrow in a pre-show match. It's going to be pretty bad, but again, it's not going to hurt our rating because it's on the pre-show. So there we go. And of course, they're all pretty cheap, those workers, so that's fine. All right, let's run the big event base camp for the month of August. Starting off with a relatively good rating, actually. The 44D. We got the odds defeating the Sons of Tomorrow in 10-16 when Floris Bouchard beat Bret Heartbreak by pinfall with a Hell Dropper. We had 3 people off their game. I'm assuming that might be because of the backstage rating. Now that I think about it, that makes more sense. The fact that it's under 70, they're going to be less inclined to be on the ball. That's my thought process behind it anyway. I'm not sure if that's the way it goes down, but that's what I'm thinking. Anyway, we also have Floris Bouchard improving in performance skills, so good to see him get a victory there and a bit of a rub as well in regards to his stats. Alright, so we then start the show off with an 84 B+ Menace angle for Primus Allen. I think that's our highest ever rating in anything. An 84 B+. Good way to start the show. We then get a 71 C+ for a... Was it 10 or 8? I think it was 10. A 10-minute match with Primus Allen defeating Felipe Caballero in 9:59. There we go. By pinfall with a running power slam. No improvements, but a really good match for 10 minutes. 69 in ring for Primus and a 65 for Felipe. We then go to a 67 C+ angle. We got Kyler Adams coming out to a pretty decent pop. And of course, the fans are all happy to see him back after his 2-month injury. And he comes back and says that, you know, the injury took a little bit of a toll on him, but he's only young and his future's bright. And one day he's going to reclaim and get his hands back on the North American Championship. And yeah, wants to get involved and issues an open challenge to anyone on the roster. And then, of course, we have Logan Wolfsbane answering the call, getting a 58 C-. We have Kyler Adams defeating Logan Wolfsbane in 14-16 by pinfall with a K trigger. Good to see Kyler getting the victory without us actually assigning a winner. So I'm happy with that. Also a 56 in-ring performance. Pretty good. And we want to check the stamina. Well, I guess we'll just have to wait to the end of stat screen to see if the stamina and charisma do actually go back up. Anyway, we then go to a 67 C+, a very strong rated match. We got Long Beach Mafia 3 defeating the Ring Generals in a ladder match in 1945 when Buster Cap retrieved the item. Long Beach Mafia 3 make defense number 3 of their Summit Tag Team Championships. Nice. They retain. And again, we didn't assign a winner, so good to see the game deciding to keep the belts on the Long Beach Mafia. I did want them to sort of retain because I want them to be kept strong for our sort of overarching storyline we have going on at the moment. They are, you know, they're relatively important in regards to what's going down with Primus, Ernest, and Cali Slick as well. And yeah, we also have Mobstar improving in technical skills as a result of the Ring Generals there. Really nice rated match as well. We then go to a 44D. We've got Sunny Wildside coming out with Jenny Playmate, cutting a bit of a promo, you know, saying that unfortunately his tag team partner, Austin Smooth, is over in Japan. Otherwise, they'd be in the mix for the tag team titles. His match gets a 63C, and unfortunately we have Angel of Mercy defeating Sunny Wildside in 7:49 by pinfall with a Mercy of God. No improvements, but Sunny actually outperforming Angel of Mercy there. We then go to a 68C plus for Ernest Youngman's angle. This is before the main event, which is a steel cage match. And the main event gets a 76B minus. I think that's tied with our highest ever rating. But that's 1 point off a B, which is ridiculous. Anyway, Ernest Youngman defeating Cali Slick in a cage match in 20 minutes 16 seconds by pinfall with the hit. Ernest Youngman makes defense number 2 of his Summit North American title. No improvements, but got a 71 in-ring performance from Ernest there, and a pretty respectable 65 from Cali Slick. Let's end the show. Oh, we're so close. We get a 59C, which is 1 point lower than CZCW. But basically, if you rate that whole show, that's a C+ show. If we had better production values, I think we would get a C+. I mean, a 76 in the main event. We had a couple of other good C+ matches, an 84 B+ angle, and a few other good angles as well. A few other C+ from KYLER, and of course from Ernest. But we're so close, even with the massive penalties of production. Anyway, I think we have to praise Ernest. Let's also praise Sunny. And let's go with Primus Allen. There we go, perfect. Interesting, James Prudence, his contract running out. He's very talented. He's willing to negotiate as well. He might be one to bring in. Locker room leader. I mean, we could try and sign Donny J. I mean, just look at his popularity. That's pretty ridiculous. I'm surprised TCW aren't interested. Or even US Pro. I mean, he can speak. Pretty strange, pretty strange. I would love to get him. Look at that selling as well. On the shortlist. Oh, Brian Holmes has retired. Now just a road agent. Pretty frustrating. I wanted to bring him in. So that sucks. Only 1,800 per show. And I believe he does have better psychology than our current road agent. We also have a Mobstar opinion of Robin DeLay. Apparently he just doesn't get it. And he wants us to cut him loose. I don't think we'll be doing that, buddy. You know, considering his father is a very talented wrestler. Okay, maybe Omidiko has every right to go to EMLL. You got Silver Tiger defeating Omidiko to retain his Campeonato del Mundo, which I assume is their top belt. Interesting. What is their company? Their ranking? 18th. We're higher, so how does that even work? Prestige, maybe? I think it might be Prestige. Anyway, whatever. It doesn't matter. I'm assuming we can use him on this next show anyway. Let's advance one day. I just want to check the profit. Should be maybe 70, 75,000. Hopefully somewhere around there. I think that'd be a nice place to be in. Okay, 68,000, so just a little bit short. And as you can see, the ticket sales from 427,000 down to 264. And that's going to go even lower because we ran 5 shows in the Mid-South. So yeah, that's going to go down. The Workers was down as well, which is good to see. But it's going to be very interesting. And again, we finished second in the Mid-South and the Southwest as well. All right, so let's have a look at our road agent here. Also, title prestige, still at a 100 A star. I forgot to show the prestige of the peak of the summit. It's gone up from a 71 to a 91 as a result of Ernest winning it against Primus. And wow, tag team titles, they're a floating title. They're currently at a 90A, which I think is impressive, very impressive. I guess it means we're doing the right thing, having Long Beach Mafia 3 hold them at the moment. And I mean, these two are both in the top 5 of our franchise players. I really want to bring Spencer in. I really want to bring him in. But if I bring him in, I want to bring him in when we go Cult, because I don't want to lose him as a regional company to maybe TCW, SWF, or whoever. I feel like that'd be such a horrible way to lose him. And it's pretty much what happened in my first ever TEW series on YouTube with New York City. He was our champion. Basically, he was our #1 wrestler, was champion for a long time. And then he got stolen away. And it was heartbreaking. Don't really want that to happen again. Anyway, let's have a look at the popularity, because that was the important thing that I wanted to check. Alright, so we are 0.1 higher in the Mid-South, which is good, considering we lost the regional battle. But we did lose just 0.1 in the Southwest as well, so that's not too bad, actually. Yeah, that's not too bad. That's okay. I wonder if that puts us back into 44 importance. It doesn't. Okay. And of course, the 0.9, 18.9 puts us down. But that's fine, because we're going to run a few more shows. Maybe one, let's run 2 more shows. Let's do the first week of September in the Southwest. All right. Yeah, let's advance. I wanted to check our road agent. What is his name? It is Kurt O'Malley. There we go. Yeah, so he's only a 76 B-. That could be something we look to improve, but then at the same time, Brian Holmes was about 800 more per appearance. And we want to kind of save money at the moment, so maybe we don't do that. Let's go to the Southwest. And let's book our shows. Start off with El Medico, and he can take on Primus Allen in the main event. Yeah, that's fine. Should be a good match. Hopefully a C+. And let's actually have Primus win with a Mobstar interference. Let's have a bit of interference here. Let's have Cali Slick interfere on Primus. And then let's have Omidiko be attacked by Mobstar. And then outside interference finish. There we go. That should be... I mean, it's a little bit of interference, but that's fine. Again, it's Callie Slick trying to get a bit of revenge. Albeit, he lost to Ernest one-on-one inside a cage. Then let's go with a traditional KYLER Adams and Sunny Wildside match. And they can take on the team of Venomous Death. Probably a match we did quite a lot back in the day. Let's leave no Victor. And let's call it in the ring as well. I like that. Let's go with a 6-man. Let's go with the Silent Accusers and Devious Dr. Fang. And they can take on the Young Canadians. Silvestre, along with Arbin and Floris. The odds. We'll leave that blank as well. Let's see who wins. Hopefully it will be Samael's team. We need to script it, of course. So there we go. And we'll go one more singles match. Let's go with someone we don't really use too often. Actually, we need to use Callie Slick. So Callie Slick can take on... Yeah, Kid fan. Let's go Gideyu Kato. Still a fan of Gideyu. I still love him. But he's going to lose again. Alright, there we go. Let's chuck that one there. Let's have a menace angle to start us off. We can chuck in Hush as well. Hush and Devious Dr. Fang. They can both be non-rated. Just because I don't really trust them. Especially in this region. Then we want to go a Primus Allen. Menace angle. For the main event. And finally, let's go with Kyle Adams and Sunny Wildside. Again, we'll try and make sure that Kyler's charisma goes back up. Alrighty, that looks pretty good. Let's run the show. We're actually going to be building towards Ali Slick versus Primus Allen in the main event of the next big event. So yeah, let's run the show. Start off with a 76 B-. Wow. For Samael, being accompanied by Hush and DDF. And we're running in the Mid-South. Not only that, but we're in the West Texas Coliseum, so we have 1,000 less people. Massive mistake by me. Anyway, it's kind of a good mistake because we'll get the money for it. Anyway, we then go to a 52D+. I was going to say that's such a high menace angle for what it was. Anyway. Got the unknown Mexican luchador team defeating the Young Canadians in 1028 when Hush defeated Floris Bouchard by pinfall with a stun gun. We also have Hush and Floris. We have Hush improving in rumble skills and Floris Bouchard improving in technical skills. Moving into a 61C, we got Callie Slick defeating Gideyu Kato in 812 by pinfall with a slick back. We then go into a 61C rated angle for KYLER and Sunny. Their tag team match does really well, getting a 67C+. We got Venomous Death defeating KYLER Adams and Sunny Wildside in 944 when Avalanche Takano defeated Sunny Wildside by pinfall with a Mountain Takano. We also have Cobra improving in performance skills. We then go to a 79B for the menace angle for Primus. And the main event gets a 70C+. We have Primus Allen defeating El Medico Jr. in 2015 by pinfall with a running power slam, following interference from Mobstar. And then during the match, we also had Cali Slick run in and attack Primus Allen. Really good match, though. I'm assuming he got penalized for something. Yeah, low locker room morale for both of them. And a bit of low heat as well for the storyline itself. Okay. Because that should have been a lot better. That should have been a B- with the in-ring performances there. But that's fine. Overall show rating getting us a 56 C-. But again, a little bit I mean, it's improved our popularity. So that's really good in the Mid-South. But again, that should have been in the Southwest. And again, we also missed out on 1,000 attendance as well by not choosing a generic venue. Alrighty, so we won't worry about Brian Holmes. We've got a pay rise request now from Gideon. He wants 710. We'll give him 191, which is 75%. Just to keep him happy. And there we go. So we're back up to 44 importance, but again, doesn't really matter too much. We just want to maintain popularity at this point. And with this show, I will double check and make sure that we run it in the Southwest. I wonder if there's a way I could probably just change these and have a fixed location of the Southwest like that. Let me do that, and I want to see if that'll change anything. I'll change it here as well. The Southwest. Alright, so let me advance. Alright, so we've got an issue here for Sunny Wildside, causing an incident. We also have one... Oh, okay. No Robin delays, a positive. Lifting the locker room with some spot-on impressions. And Wrestlers Court for Cobra there as well. Pushing us over to 71. That's good to see. Now, if we could just get Cali Slick and Primus to sort these issues out. Yes, okay, we finally get strong dislike again. Now, the question is, do I leave it as strong dislike or do I keep trying to get it back to simmering tension? It's gone back up to 72. I'm pretty happy with that. Anyway, Southwest, generic venue Southwest. There we go. Okay. Alright, now what do we want to do for the main event? I know what we want to do. Let's do Cali Slick taking on Mobstar. One-on-one. Well, is it one-on-one? That's the real question you need to ask. That's our main event. That's a quality main event right there. So we're gonna have Cali Slick win. However, so it's gonna be a cheap win because we're gonna have a DQ finish. And we're going to have interference on Cali Slick by Primus, getting a bit of revenge from the last show. Yeah, so there we go. I think that should be a proper DQ booked interference angle or match. A proper like run-in DQ. Cali Slick to be attacked. Hopefully that works. Let's also have Buster Cap on commentary just to round out the new Long Beach Mafia. In other matches, let's go with El Mitico and KYLER. KYLER, yep, there we go. And they're going to take on Ernest Youngman and I don't know who else. Good question. Angel of Mercy? Do we just throw him in there? Or maybe let's go Bret Heartbreak. That's an interesting one. Let's chuck him in. It's just a 10-minute match, and we'll leave it. I want Ernest to win. Doesn't matter who loses. I don't care if it's KYLER. It's going to be called, open, and decisive. Yeah, that'll be good. Let's book a singles match. We need to have Primus Allen squash somebody. Kid Fantastic, haven't used him in a while. Not going to be a squash match, but, well, actually, yeah, it's going to be a squash match. Primus to dominate for 8 minutes, I think, is pretty brutal, but it's what we need. It's what we need at the moment. Anyway, let's go with Kyuchi Matsumoto and Ralph Liotta, and they can take on the team of the Silent Accusers. Actually, let's go the Suffering. We haven't used Seth Whitehead in a little while. Yeah, we'll give it 10 minutes as well, and we'll give Seth the victory there. A nice little match. Yeah, we'll work the crowd with that as well. Perfect. All right, now we need a... Let's go with both of them for old time's sake. So Cali Slick and Mobster. They're going to have a bit of a war of words. Cali Slick saying, you know, how could you turn your back on me? You know, we came into this company together. They literally did come in together. Before Buster Cap joined them. And, you know, they were dominant. They were dominant for a long time in the earlier days of Summit being regional. First hitting regional, really. Let's go with KYLER and El Mitico for their angle. Both on entertainment. Perfect. And then let's go a menace angle for Primus as well. Alright, that looks good. This is going to be the last show of the episode as well, guys. Please make sure you smash the like button. Really, really helpful. Really shows your support for the series as well. Alright, we're in the Southwest. Okay, we're fine. Let's run the show. I had to double check. Anyway, we start off with a 43D. Not a great one. Unfortunately, we got a bit of negative chemistry down the bottom there. But we have the Suffering defeating Ralph Liotta and Kyuchi Matsumoto in 10:27, when Seth Whitehead defeated Kyuchi Matsumoto by submission with a Minnesota stretch. And yeah, Ralph and Matsumoto don't work well as a team together. Yeah, Ralph getting a 15 in-ring performance. Pretty bad. Anyway, we also had Felipe Caballero improving in technical skills, which is good to see. We then go into a 75B-, which is impressive considering we are not in our normal region for Primus Allen's menace angle. His match gets a 50D+. We got Primus Allen defeating Kid Fantastic in 8:02 by pinfall with a flying lariat. Primus with a 70 in-ring performance. No improvements. Moving into a 49D+, which is very bad. I'm assuming that's El Mitico, dragging that down a little bit. For the KYLER El Mitico angle. Their match gets a 61C. We got Ernest Youngman and Bret Heartbreak defeating KYLER Adams and El Mitico Jr. in 9:53 when Ernest defeated El Mitico by pinfall with the hit. And then, as you'd expect, Bret Heartbreak being the weak link in that match And KYLER only with a 47 in-ring performance. That's very strange. I don't like that. Oh, no, it's the popularity. Okay, never mind. Never mind, it's okay. It's okay. KYLER literally has, like, 0 popularity in the Southwest, so that's fine. Oh, I got worried for a second. I was like, what's going on? Oh, man. We then go into a 69C+. We've got Cali Slick and Mobstar. Like I said there, they're arguing. Cali Slick just wondering why Mobstar could do that. I mean, he shouldn't really be wondering that much. I mean, look at Mobstar. He's a straight-up gangster. You know, he'll drop you at the turn of the hat like it's nothing. I mean, let's be real. Primus is more dominant, or so it seems, than Cali Slick is. It makes sense. Best for business. And of course, they're the tag team champs, him and Buster Cap. So, anyway, the main event. Wow. 72 B-. I really wasn't expecting matches this good, this quickly. Anyway, we have Cali Slick defeating Mobstar in 1959 when Mobstar was disqualified when Primus Allen ran in and attacked Cali Slick. So, basically, what Cali Slick said ended up being true in that promo. Primus Allen has just costed Mobstar the match. And, yeah, I mean, does Primus really care about the Long Beach Mafia? Or is he just out for himself at this point? Out for revenge on Cali Slick? Even though, I mean, Cali Slick is the one that should be out for revenge. Albeit Primus and Cali running in and attacking Primus last week, or at the last show. Anyway, overall show rating getting us a 54 C- in the Southwest, as you can see up the top there. That's pretty impressive. I wish we had a TV deal. That's all I can say. Yeah, really good stuff. We also have a decision. Let's see what this is. It's a pay rise request from Seth Whitehead. He also wants about 770. So we'll give him 75% again, similar to Gideon Kato. And there we go. That is going to be the end of the episode, guys. Like I said a little bit earlier ago, please smash the like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you are not subscribed already. And if you are subscribed, please make sure you hit the notification bell. Really does help the channel out and allows you guys to get notifications when these episodes go live. Apart from that, guys, as always, take it easy, and I hope you enjoy the end of Stat Screen.